Hey everybody, it's time for the weekly Rahdo Recap. And for the next few months, every Sunday, it's going to be me on the road telling you about what we got up to on the channel over the last week. Also telling you about some videos on other people's channels and telling you about new games that I am very, very excited about, like always, but now from the motorhome. And actually, right now, I'm in Eugene, Oregon, just outside the Lane Activity Center or something like that. Back over there is where Funnigan's Funicon, the first of a yearly convention, is set up, and people are starting to show up in a couple of hours. I'll be in there playing games with everybody, and so far, folks, for the first few days, it has been fantastic. Let me throw some pictures up right there. We've had a great time, me and Chaz Marler. He taught me how to play Heat. I finally played Heat. Oh, thank you so much, Chaz. And we had a great time doing a giant Codenames game, and his cool software-driven trivia event went fantastically. Those were the toughest trivia questions I've ever heard. I think I'm going to try and get those questions from him and put them up on the guild at Rahdo, guild.rahdo.com, so you can see if you would have done better if you were here. Huge turnout. It's been a huge success, and they've announced this is the first year. They'll be back next year, and I'm just having a fantastic time. And one more thing I forgot to mention. Free massages. If you could pull yourself away from the gaming table, Devin Freechild, massage therapist, was there to give you a slow motion beatdown as he worked out all the kinks with deep tissue and remedial relaxation. I asked Devin, hey, as he wanted me to spread the word, I said, hey, do you mind if I put your card on screen so that thousands of people will know in case anybody in Eugene, Oregon wants to use your services? And Devin said, yeah, spread the word, man. I am available. So, folks, again, if you are ever in Eugene, Oregon, and you are feeling some lower back, upper back, knee, he worked my knee actually in a really cool way that I think has helped quite a bit. Devin is available, and here's his details. Again, I did clear it with him. He said, yeah, go ahead and post it, baby. And that's what's happening right this very second. But what happened last week, folks? Well, as always, a bunch of stuff came on the show. Let's start with the exclusives. If you are a backer of the show on patreon.com, you can hit that I in the top right corner screen to learn more, or join down below. You got 2 exclusive videos. A new ramble that was murder. I took it upon myself to rank, I believe, my top 40 board game publishers. And that was hard. That was heartbreaking. I did it using the PubMeeple ranking engine so I can actually count them down, and the results surprised me in a big way. And so I talked about them, I talked about their histories, I talked about the games they published and why I love them, or in some cases I'm a bit disappointed by them, but still love them because you know me. And then the other thing, we have a new Tales from the Vault. This was a ramble from a few years ago, 3 years ago, where I did my top 10 up-and-coming board game designers, and so Ruel and the live Twitch audience got that video out and reacted and told me if I was right or I was wrong. And it was interesting to see 3 years on how well did my predictions go. Plus, Ruel did a triple Ruel rank. He gave you the skinny on some great board game t-shirt deals you can get right now. And there was plenty of other stuff too. So those are exclusives. Plus, folks, if you are a supporter of the show, right now you could be watching run-throughs from Shay of Divinity Original Sin and Undergrove, the latest from Elizabeth Hargrave. Now, those videos will be coming up on the channel for everybody soon, but as a backer of the show, you get to see them early and ad-free. Okay, so that's it for the exclusives. Now, what went up on the channel for everybody? We've got, Planta Nubo. Amy and Maggie got back from Essen, and I asked them, did you get it? It was their #1 most anticipated game. It was my #1 most anticipated game. They've got it, I don't, but I feel like I've played it now because they did a phenomenal run through, and it is well worth checking out. Can't wait to get my hands on it. Okay, we've got a preview that I did with Kimberly of Nocturne, the latest game from design and publishing super powerhouse Flat Out Games. Where did they make it on my countdown of top publishers? Again, the answers may surprise you, but Nocturne is a brilliant, absolutely crackerjack auction game set in a mystical valley. And the fun thing about this run through was I did the first half of the game, and then the extended, Kimberly finished the game that I started. Then we got together to share our final thoughts. That was a lot of fun. We brought back the Yarnos Nars Fallen, because they've relaunched their Kickstarter campaign. So I brought Kimberly's run through back that she had done a few years ago, but I added a little bit of stuff myself to tell you what's new in the campaign, because there were some cool upgrades available. You can see a quick little, what do you call it, the Rahdo Recaps review of Skyrockets, where I tell you whether it improves upon its predecessor, Kites. And then I have a new Q&A up where I answer the age-old question, am I a board game shill? Although really it's me talking about how do I choose what games appear on the channel, plus a bunch of other very, very cool questions. We're answering that as well. And then, oh man, folks, you have never seen anything on the channel quite like Chris's run-through of the Crafting Kingdom Adventurer Bag. Let's just say there were threats of violence, incidentally, and some full frontal nudity on the channel. And again, total first, and you've never seen anything quite like Chris's walkthrough of how cool these Crafting Kingdom bags are. So that's what you got on the channel, and links for all these are in the show notes, or if you wait till the end of this video, you can check them all out at the playlist, which I'll put on the screen at the end. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Other channels, there's other channels. And now, fortunately, because we were getting ready to travel, I did not have as much time to be checking out what's on YouTube. So I've only got 3, but I think they're all great. Starting with an interview with designer Tori Brown. She is the creative force behind Votes for Women, and Candace did a wonderful podcast interview, and I found it fascinating. You know, talking about the history, talking about the process of turning an idea into a game, you know, being an independent publisher and all of this stuff. If you are interested in the making of board games like I am, it's phenomenal. Maybe one of Candace's best to date. Highly recommend it. Okay, oh my gosh. All right, this is a total coincidence. You know, Chris did for my channel, did a board game bag, accessory thing and went over the top. And so Grant, coincidentally, not to be outdone, went even more over the top, if such a thing is possible, talking about game toppers. Now, I've been aware of the game toppers, you know, these things you can buy that turn a regular table into a board game table. So Grant's got one. He loves it, and you will not believe how much he loves it. Things get a little dicey in that video too, but it is hilarious and highly recommended. Oh, and then finally, Sam from Lord of the Board is back, baby. Haven't seen him for a while, not since Gen Con. And what is the game? Oh, he's doing a preview for Old King's Crown. And man, Sam, you just get better with every video. It's beautiful the way he put this video together, and he did a wonderful job capturing the feel of what the experience of this game is. And oh man, that game looks beautiful. Anyway though, okay, so that's 3 videos that I recommend in addition, of course, to everything on my channel. And finally, I've got 5 new games that went high on my wish list, and maybe they will yours. Links for these games are down in the show notes too if you want to subscribe to them and add them to your wish list like I have. First of all, oh man, how do I even pronounce this? We've got Pax Maleficium, I think. Pax Maleficium, Fall of the Witch Hunters. I've never played any of the PAX games, and but this one sounds really interesting, where players are working to put an end to the Salem witch trials. Bring calm, stop everybody from going into a bloodthirsty rage and saving women's lives. It can be played cooperative. There's a competitive way to play, a solo play, and a cooperative, which I think I would very much like to play. The box art looks beautiful, and so I am really intrigued by that subject matter. Real world history that Ion Games is known for. Let's see, then we've got Ancient Knowledge Heritage. I had a chance to cover Ancient Knowledge and I passed because there's a not insignificant portion of the cards in the deck, and this game looks so brilliant, this civilization building game, but there's a bunch of cards that are really just needlessly take that. Stealing stuff, why? I don't need that stuff. So anyway, this new Heritage expansion, which I think will be coming out early next year, most importantly, replaces those cards with new, different ways to interact, and I'm very excited, taking out the cutthroatedness while adding a bunch of new other stuff as well. So I am excited. You haven't seen Ancient Knowledge on the channel yet, but you will once Ancient Knowledge Heritage comes out. Let's see then, oh man, we've got Recreation. I'm excited by this mostly because the designer, Pavel Adamachek, did, what was it called? Meenakshi Temple, which I covered a few months ago, and Meenakshi Temple was lovely. Both Jen and I were super duper impressed by that game. And so, this is going to be his follow-up design, and I expect great things. And Jen's phone just went to sleep, so I got to try and hold it with my finger to get the fingerprint on. Okay, I got it. All right, so anyway, recreation, all about, I guess, set in the far future. There's really almost nothing other than the box art. There's really no description here, but apparently artificial superintelligence is trying to bring Earth back, as you do, and so I'm excited about that. But again, mostly to see what Pavel's next design is. What else have we got? Oh, okay. Oh, Factory Inc. I am a huge fan of the original Factory Inc., and even more so, its sequel, Smartphone Inc., and then Mobile Markets was the sequel. Now, they've got a third game in the series, Factory Inc., which is going to be different. Apparently, it's a polyomino tile layer. You know I love that. It says in the description there's something to do with route building, so probably we're trying to make a Amazon fulfillment center, I'm assuming, with conveyor belts. Who knows? Oh, I see gamers are starting to show up back there, heading in, so I got to get ready. I got to get this done. Anyway, though, Factory Inc., excited. Sad no pictures at this point. I'm sure we won't be seeing it for a while, but anyway. Oh, and then lastly, Aquatica Coral Reef. Aquatica is phenomenal. One of the best engine building games out there. The Cold Waters expansion was a wonderful addition, and so I expect very, very cool things from Coral Reef. Again, not much in the way of specifics what's there. The description does say something about how we will now have game-changing manta ray encounters. So we'll finally use those mantas for something more in the game, and apparently they'll change the game. So anyway, folks, that is it. Another week done. And hopefully you enjoyed this. I'll be back next week. I don't know where I'm going to be at that point or what's going to be in the background. But folks, I got to edit this thing together now. And then I got to get in there and play some games. By the way, when Chaz and I did the double giant code names, my team won both times, baby. Take that, Rodney. Okay, everybody. See you next week.